if Donald Trump and Kamala Harris ran the majority of campaigns utilizing podcasts, why would you think podcasts wouldn't be a good opportunity for you to promote your business?
I mean, that's how Trump won.
Exactly.
All right, guys, Bishop here. Welcome everybody to Convos with Bishop. Appreciate everybody for the YouTube viewership, for the listeners, for everybody that's rocking with us right now. As I always say, it's a great day to have a great day. And I'm here with a dear friend of mine, someone who really believes in my potential. Someone who...
That's good.
It's someone who just like, you know what I mean? Like just has... I don't think he has any type of limiting beliefs whatsoever, man. So whenever I need to just get G-checked as far as like with my content, with like my purpose and like my progress and everything, he really sets me straight. And the mere fact that, you know, he's older, way older, no, not way older than me, but you know what I'm saying?
How old are you?
37.
Yeah, I'm not way older. That's
yeah,
way older sounds crazy.
But I couldn't believe how old he was, but you know what I'm saying? Because his birthday just passed. Speaker, entrepreneur, influencer, podcast guru, just a person who just knows how to get to the bag.
All around cool guy.
All around cool guy, you know what I'm saying? Just knows how to get to the bag, especially when it comes to this podcast game, Mr. Brendan Boyd.
Man, thanks. Thanks for having me, bro.
How are you, bro?
I'm excited. I feel like this should have been happening.
It should have been happening a long time ago. And I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to just, you know, talk, you know, get this, you know, this game and just, you know, this ultimate value about to put out, man. But like before we even get into that, man, we could try to just get into like a little bit of a backstory about like who you are.
All right.
You know, I know, but you know, like the world knows. I know you used to be in real estate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, entrepreneur, everything else too. And I have a party foul.
Where's a little You need to have one of those
Yeah, I'm about to put that too. Put that too. But yeah, man, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
I mean, I guess if we going back. We want to go back. I started a basketball league in Boston. That was my first like business, and it's because you know, I always talk about like there's three things you should ask yourself if you can't figure out what you want to do. One of those things is if you see something that doesn't exist, if you feel like you can create it, then there's probably a need for it. So at the time for me, that was having a basketball league in the city of Boston that was 19 and over. We got Boston Neighborhood Basketball League that goes up to 18. You know what I mean? So they got 18 under, 15 under, 12 and under. And this is free basketball leagues in the city in the summertime.
Oh, dope.
So kids can have something to do.
Yeah.
But after 18 is nothing. At the time, we didn't really have any popular men's leagues. And I was taking a cue from Rucker, because Rucker Park in New York, you know, that's like one of the biggest summer, you know, men's basketball entertainment platforms.
Yeah,
you know?
Facts.
So I was like, you know what? I want to create something similar to that. So that's what I did. I had a dream about it, and I woke up and I just instantly knew what to do. That was from like getting sponsorship. So we would average like 20 sponsors, around $500 and $1,000. And then you know, teams had uniforms, sponsors on the back of the jerseys, you know, sometimes it's shorts. And teams would pay, I think when I started, they was paying like $800, but
oh, word.
At the height, I think teams was like $1,300, $1,400 to put a team in. We would always have max teams, which was with 12 teams, and they would play once or twice a week. And I did a summer league, I did a fall league, and I did a winter league, and I did that for 6 years. You know, so we had like mobile food, live DJ, live announcer. This is like when Twitter was popping, so we doing live game stats and updates on Twitter.
What year are we talking right now?
This was it was when I was in college, so I think this was like 2020 2002.
Okay.
Actually 2002 probably, like the year before I graduated.
Got it.
So I was running that for like pretty much 6 years. From that, I met my first business partner in fashion, and we had a clothing company for like 10 years. And with the information that I know now, that would have been an 8-figure plus business. You know what I mean? Because we were already culturally impactful, and we made a pattern that is world renowned in every like brand from like Lux brands to like, if you're like you and I got a brand and we just selling stuff out the house, probably use this pattern. That was the jogger sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So me, my business partner, and a Carmelu buyer at the time, we created the jogger sweat pattern. So basically what that was is if you look at sweatpants and they got the ribbing at the bottom, it's kind of like a slim. They kind of go slim.
Mm-hmm.
We created that style. That style didn't exist. All sweatpants were just straight leg. So because we didn't know about mechanical patterns and protecting that design, that design was ripped. It was remixed. We never got compensated for other than when we put out our style. So it's just a lot of information that, you don't know that you might get taken advantage of because you don't have mentors. You don't got a coach. You don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So we grow 7 figures in that company.
Dope.
But we weren't able to sustain it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the systems and infrastructure. We didn't have a manager. We didn't have a CTO. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things.
We were just running and gunning.
Just selling, bro.
Yeah,
just going crazy. And a lot of the who's who all wore the brand. So we talking about like the weekend before he was all, this is back when he was wearing colors.
Really?
You can't find him in
like
the
the
colors.
weekend.
The weekend.
Okay, like Abel.
Yeah, we got the weekend, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, J. Cole before the dreads, Wiz Khalifa, Black and Yellow times, Mac Miller wore the brand, Adrian Hernandez, you know what I'm saying, that like infamous football player that ended up, killing some people and then killing himself. Aaron, yep. Bunch of athletes, bro. Like tons of people wore the brand. Big Sean, when he was doing the Lemonade mixtapes, he actually was the first artist that did one of our campaigns. So when we released our official campaign, announced in the collection, he actually wore it. So all these artists, athletes, we did collabs with Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Colette, which is a renowned fashion boutique in Paris. It closed its doors in 2018. But we did a collab with them and it was on the shelf. I flew to Paris and I was able to purchase one of our collaborations from them, which was a moment for me. So, we did a lot of cool and amazing things, but we didn't have the back end information. I lost and leveraged a lot of my own capital simply because I didn't know. You know what I mean? This is why, now I'm super big on like coaching, mentorship, learning, you know what I mean? Not leveraging your own money. Like I lost my property, bro, that my grandmother left me because I was leveraging it to pay for expenses for the brand. And I didn't even have to do that. I could have borrowed money from the property or I could have just got business credit and used that business credit. There's just a lot of things I didn't know. I used 6 figures of my own money to put into this brand. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, my business partner and I, we were immature, so there's a lot of egos. We let some women kind of come between us and stuff like that. And as a result, everything that we built, we couldn't even have a conversation with each other that last year. And we're good now.
Okay,
but that last year, we couldn't even.
You couldn't even speak to each other.
Yo, that was probably like the last 6 to 8 months before we kind of like stopped doing the brand. He was on his side of the office. I was on my side of the office. We came at different times. I just did what I had
and
to
y'all
do.
just weren't even speaking
we
to each
wasn't
other.
even really speaking like that unless we had to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, definitely.
So it's really just like coaches and business owners. The absolutely best way for you to grow your personal brand and scale your business in the process is by getting on more podcasts and installing a secret funnel so you can generate more leads in the process. It's so ridiculously simple that we can set up the whole thing in less than 7 days. So if you want to know how this may work for you, I'll put together a short video breaking down the entire process. All you need to do is click that link below. People need people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, being stubborn, being too cool, feeling like, you don't want to look like you don't know nothing. All of that's dead, bro. That's dead. That's lame. What's cool is learning. What's cool is getting a coach. What's cool is, arriving at the place that God designs you to be at your highest level and not like getting your own way. To me, that's cool. Being able to take care of your family, your friends, create moments for people that may never be able to do what you can do or bringing them along with you, even if it's for a day or a week or whatever. Like one of the biggest things I want to do is just like, take all my people on a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just one time, just like everybody that I'm cool with or family members I got a relationship with, just like have them experience. Because there's a lot of things in my life that I experience every day that's commonplace to me. And a lot of people they're not gonna experience it.
No, yeah, especially living here in Miami right now.
That's what I mean.
Saying? We live where people vacate.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
just living in Miami, like
yeah.
You know, being able to just jump on a jet ski when I want, like run that bridge. You know, live where I live, jump on airplanes every week for the most part. Go to different countries, go to different cities. You know?
I think a lot of people, especially like within our community, like we think that we have to work a lot harder than we should in order to get, you know, the fruits of our labor. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it's a misunderstanding of what hard work is, but it's also understanding that you don't have doing hard work doesn't get you what you want, if that makes sense. So I believe in hard work 100%, but I don't believe in hard work trading your time for money. That don't make sense. It don't the math don't even make sense.
No, it never does.
The math never makes sense, right? But if you figure out, you know what, there's a problem in the world, I can solve this problem. Can I scale this? Well, let's look at our product. There's products right now. We can go to CVS, we can go to Walgreens, we can go on Amazon that solve everyday problems, from headaches to throat aches to, you know, like your lips being chapped, facial cream, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
No, facts. Yeah.
These products solve people's problems every single day. But the person that make it is their time's not involved in it at all.
Yeah.
At all. You know what I mean? But you could work hard at the marketing, at the promotion, at the education, at getting that product in front of people. That could be the hard work that you do.
Yeah.
And as a result, you're going to get the sales.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Facts. You're not creating a chapstick and packaging it every time someone purchases it. That's hard work. Yeah. Oh, you're like, yo, Brendan, let me get one. All right, man. It's going to take me about 4 hours to put that together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, sometimes it's difficult when you're transitioning from what you've been taught from high school, college, like elementary, maybe middle, maybe friends that you've been around, and everybody thinking a certain way. And you're like, yo, this don't make sense. I'm going to do something different. So it's like sometimes there's some shame involved.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, sometimes there's some shame involved, and sometimes like the time in which you expect it to work out never works out in that time. So then you may get frustrated. We may get frustrated. I may get frustrated. So then as a result, I'm going to go back to what is familiar. Yeah. You know, and sometimes we get caught in that a lot as well.
So I want to actually go back real quick. So I remember you said something very, very like profound as far as like
I say a lot of profound things.
This guy's crazy. But no, you do. But one of the things you said is that you have like finding a problem, finding a solution to the problem, like as far as finding like a gap where you can actually be able to be not necessarily like only profitable, but also be very impactful in that space. So, you know, the main reason why I wanted to have this conversation is because like you're coming up, you know, with this, you know, audience growth challenge coming up in December. But before we even get into that, you know, when you got into like podcasting, when you got into like with the podcast agency, like when did you find out that this was a gap that a lot of entrepreneurs did not necessarily understand? It was a problem, was an issue, and you knew how to solve it. Like when was that like aha moment? You were like, yo, like I could really make a business out of this.
So with podcast guessing specifically, or just with podcast overall?
Well, I would say just podcast overall.
All right. So this is what happened, right? 2018, I had a pod. Well, I mean, I still have it. But 2018, I was starting a podcast. On this podcast, prior to the podcast, my boy's like, yo, you should start vlogging. So I'm like, okay, cool. I started vlogging. What I realized is it wasn't happening fast enough for me because I told myself that people were not interested in me. So I only vlogged a couple of episodes, and then I stopped. But I transitioned over to interviewing people on YouTube, which at the time wasn't a podcast. I was just interviewing people on YouTube. But what I noticed was every time I asked somebody to do an interview, they would always say yes. So founder, entrepreneur, business owner, professional, someone that would be, high up. They would always say yes every time I would say, can I interview them?
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, damn, they're telling me what they do, who they are, their secrets, their gems. This damn near like a mentorship call. This is damn near like, they're just giving me the sauce. They're giving me the blueprint. So ended up moving to LA, and I was still doing it, but I had my real estate license still. So I was getting my real estate license in California. I've had it in Massachusetts. So I'm like, I'm moving to LA. Let me get this license. So I have my license. I'm still doing these interviews. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, it's a podcast. So let me just take these videos and take the audio and put it on the audio side. So now I'm doing it on both sides. So I started like really going into like mentorship, coaching, because I wanted to learn what I didn't know. I'm seeing people make money faster. I'm seeing like, I don't have to get a job to work for the money, or even though I'm getting this real estate money, there's still gaps in time.
Yeah, facts.
The way I was practicing real estate, where, I might get 10, 20, nothing, another 10, another 20. Like, you know what I mean? Right? So as I started learning new skills, one of the skills I learned was how to take your messaging and turn your messaging into products and services. So that's like digital products, ebooks, courses, mini courses, coaching program, mentorship, whatever. So I started helping people doing that once I learned how to do it. Still podcasting on the side. So one day I came back from like a meetup in Mexico, and I got 3 calls from like 3 friends and they don't even know each other. Like, I mean, they might know each other, but it wasn't like a setup call.
Yeah,
they all call me like throughout the day randomly.
Yeah.
And they all said the same thing. They was like, yo, Brendan, I don't like keep doing what you're doing, but I think you need to pay more attention to this podcast thing that you got going on. Because at the time I didn't know. And I'm like, I'm not teaching people podcasting. I like, that's stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? At the time,
as far as what? Just teach them how to podcast?
I'm not interested in that. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
It took me about 2 weeks to figure it out, and then I just epiphany, boom, light bulb went off, and I'm like, this podcast is really like a tool. I know products and services. I know how to make digital products and services. Most podcasters don't know how to make money because they always complain about, I can only get money from YouTube views, or downloads, or I need a sponsorship. I need to have a brand deal or a large audience. So I'm like, I could teach them this because they don't got none of these things.
Yeah.
So that's when I started crafting that offer. And that offer is basically me teaching podcasters through my program, Podcaster Profits, how to create what I call the 4. Now I'm like losing my train of thought.
4 C's?
Yeah, no, not the 4 C. The 4-step formula.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't know why I lost it for a second, but basically the 4-step formula, which is going to be digital products, community, affiliate marketing, and then the renowned VIP package. If you have these offers, you can monetize every single episode. And this is just the start. There's hella different, offers or ways that you can monetize. And then also teaching podcasters how to create a media business, because most of them never take that step, which is mean actually turning their podcast into a business, LLC, the business account, everything they need to formulate it properly. So then they can go to a bank and get business funding to grow the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
What if you want to use that business funding to invest in a cash, flowing business? Now the podcast basically owns that business that's bringing you in revenue. What if you want to open up a podcast studio or a creative space? What if you want to hire people? What if you want to get your systems and processes in order? You have the capital to do so. So just with that framework and then turn into a media business, you pretty much good, right?
Yeah.
But then the other problem that I solved that I realized is that, most entrepreneurs and business owners, they're not good at promoting themselves. So you can leverage podcasting to do that, which is why we created Pod Agency as well. Yeah.
So I think that a lot of entrepreneurs too, what I could probably add is, they think that they don't necessarily need the promotion because they're already making money as well. And there's like a lot of like entrepreneurs that I have as my clients who are like more like introverted. Like they think that, oh, no, necessarily I don't really need that because, you know, more you're making money and I don't want to necessarily put too much light on myself as well.
They feel like they don't need it. Well, this is the thing. Every business needs clients.
Facts.
So, I mean, you just got to ask them, how you getting the clients? Is it referrals, word of mouth, ads? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to run a campaign right now on content, just showing business owners and entrepreneurs. Like, if Donald Trump and Kamala Harris ran the majority of campaigns utilizing podcasts, why would you think podcasts wouldn't be a good opportunity for you to promote your business?
I mean, that's how Trump won.
Exactly.
With the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. So the proof is in the pudding.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
And they're doing influencer marketing. He basically did some content at the McDonald's, trolling Kamala. He did a bunch of content with influencers. You know what I mean? So why would you think that's not a good place for you to get your business in front of people? You explain that to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, facts.
So if you got the VP at the time of this recording who was running for office, make sure that she was on some top pods to get in front of people, to promote her campaign, to get more like trust.
Yeah.
And a former president was doing the exact same thing. Why would you think that's not valuable for your business?
Yeah. I think it's more so like a kind of like a limiting belief type of thing. Like you don't
that's necessarily. All it is, bro.
Yeah, you know. Even like to kind of make it personal, like with me, you know, like I'm definitely heavy into understanding it, but then I feel at times that I wasn't necessarily, I guess, not necessarily good enough to do the podcast, but I think I didn't really understand the connection between like, hey, like I'm in hospitality and concierge. Why the hell do I really need to dive into podcasting? Like, why would I want to do like these mini interviews, this mini content? Because it doesn't necessarily make sense. And I'm going to tell you this right now, because I have to give you your flowers. Like you're the one that opened up my eyes and my brain when it came to this shit. And it happened when you told me to come through to interview Smitty the GOAT.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why am I going to do a mini interview with him? Like, what sense does this make? But I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. And when I did that, like podcasting is so amazing and so evergreen and it's so just natural and just so organic to the point where it can actually introduce you into a multitude of different levels of different types of businesses.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're making that connection with that person even more. You're getting that rapport with that person. Like I just met Smitty that night, and we did like 5 or 6 mini interviews. And it was as if like we knew each other forever.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like anyone you want to connect with. Let's say there's no pod. You're like, hey, strange person that I don't know. I would love to sit down with you and talk to you for 30 minutes and get all of your information. Would you please sit down with me? They're going to say, hell no, bro. You're strange.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here,
Leave
kid.
me alone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I go to that exact same stranger that I don't know, and I'm like, hey, stranger, listen, I got a podcast. I think you'd be a great fit. I would love to have you on. They going to say yeah.
But what is the difference between the initial and the latter?
Because there's no value for that other person with me just sitting down. Now you're stealing from me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know you. You're not paying me. Let's just say there's no money exchange.
Yeah, no,
say
of
you're
course.
not paying me.
Yeah.
You want me to sit down, waste my time with you, and I don't know. I'm not going to get nothing in return. You're going to ask me questions that basically are going to help you, and what do I get? But once you throw a camera on there and some mics or whatever, it's now it's valuable to me. Because not only can more audiences get an understanding of who I am and what I do, I can actually use that content for later.
It's another level of currency.
Yeah, and as a result, what do you get? You get to tap in with me 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I get to tap in with you, and then our KLT increases, which is our know, like, trust. Now, this is why I now introduced the pod close. So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say you become an affiliate of like pod agency. You become a pod closer, right? Now, everyone you sit down with, if they sit down with you, don't you think they want to sit down with other people?
Of course.
Exactly. So now it doesn't matter what they talk about. You do your entire podcast. When the podcast is over, they're more warm. You're more warm. Y'all feel like y'all know each other. You can be like, hey, Brendan, I'm not sure if you're interested, but if you would like to have more of these sit-down interviews, I actually have a product that I can share with you. Are you interested? Yeah, man, I definitely want to get, this was fun. I definitely want to do these more. Cool. Well, it's Pod Agency. What we do is we help you get on more podcasts, get your brand out there, build your digital footprint, help you get all your content so you can reuse it, XYZ.
Understood.
Right? So now, with you not having a product, don't have to do no delivery, no customer service, and basically no sales, you be able to close high ticket. Right? So let's say that's a $15K, $20K offer, whatever the case may be. Now you leaving with $2K, $1,500 or whatever it is, just from having the conversation.
Yeah.
And the conversation became more warm because I would sit down with you.
Yeah. Now, how is that applicable to I guess another line of business? So for instance, it's like for my podcast, right? Yeah. I have Convos with Bishop where I interview like high level and also 1%ers in their own craft.
Yeah.
And, I have my academy as well as far as like having an offer, but it's like with my concierge, which is my initial business, what exactly could I do?
Bro, simple.
Okay.
You just missing it, bro. Simple. You talking about concierge. You talking about eating, restaurants, high-end restaurants, hard to get in restaurants, secret restaurants. You talking about nightlife, you know what I'm saying?
Hotel accommodations,
the yachting, the jetting, like just anything that has to do with lifestyle. Maybe I just want to go to the airport. Maybe I need a Sprinter. Bro, everyone needs one of those things.
Yeah.
So you do your podcast, and you're like, hey, Brendan, listen, I'm not sure if you're going to be in Miami long, but if you need anything with, places to go to eat, if you need a private driver, I see you got a family. I don't know if you're going to be some work. You're going to be doing work, and they're going to be kind of doing their own thing. But if you need, a private driver for them, if you want to know some of the hard to get into Miami hot spots, if you need a yacht this weekend,
easy work. Yeah.
Our podcast is sponsored by, Bishop Luxury, whatever the case may be. So we can definitely help you with that. Bro, they got to raise their hand.
Yeah, no, definitely. And another thing I actually think about too is that when you actually have a podcast, the person that you're interviewing, if you already have that rapport with them and whatever business that they have, maybe they can also advertise their business on your podcast.
Yeah, you charge them.
That's another level of business.
Yeah, you charge them. 100%.
No, definitely. It's man, there's so many different ways, man. You can definitely make money. So many different ways.
I'm just here to let people know that y'all can make 6 figures in the space easy. And those that got some motion, y'all can definitely make 7 figures.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, definitely. So I think one of the things I actually, really, really like about you is that like a lot of people don't really understand is that to actually become an authority, like you have to be able to give value first to be able to like really, really get those clients, So I think with you, I guess let's just say another person that is, I guess that's trying to, have your type of business, like what levels of like value within like your social media, because you're all over the place. Like when it comes to Miami, when it comes to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like you're doing your thing.
I be moving around.
You be moving like crazy, bro.
Moving around, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to go to Orlando tomorrow.
See, dog, I can't even catch this man, dog. Like this is crazy, Yeah. So, I guess, what am I trying to ask? I guess with you is like, you see a bigger vision of what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So, what does that look like?
For me or for someone else?
For you. Let's talk about you.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it's like, in my businesses, so one of my coaches that I invested in is this guy, Dan Martell. I don't know if you're familiar with Dan Martell.
Okay.
Big on YouTube, SaaSpreneur, multi-8-figure earner. But he talks about like when building a team, like especially the ones that are with you, find out what their visions are and fit their visions inside your vision, so you can have a bigger vision and obviously help them achieve their vision.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like that. It's like I want to be able to grow, automate everything, have it running as if I'm not there, all aspects, and be able to put people in a good position so they can feed their families and they can do what they need to do. And then obviously, like, I love creating content, YouTube, podcasts, social media, but I'm learning buying businesses. There's a lot of things that I'm interested in outside of media that I want to be able to get into. Because at the end of the day, bro, like we talked about a little earlier, we don't got a lot of time.
No, we don't.
And the time that we think we have, like you mentioned, is we probably got half of that.
It's half of that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
So we got to keep it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure with the time I have left on the earth, I'm able to maximize impact, change as many lives as possible, and have fun. You know, that's why we're doing this tour next year. And obviously, you mentioned the challenge. We're having this challenge, so we're gonna be doing more of those.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that definitely.
So yeah, it's really about that. It's like there's so many things that we're stressing about and worrying about, which have zero to do with the big picture, but it's because of the way our society has put out these messaging for us to subscribe to. We, like, a lot of people are gonna pass away and never really like experience other aspects of life, bro. Some people are gonna never leave their city or state,
bro. Man, not to get in. Well, fuck it, we're already here. But one of the things I actually look at is there's a reel that's going out. It's been out for a very long time. It's like once you're on like your deathbed or like you're kind of like you're old, and then like if God can actually like let you see like the different forms of what you could have been if you actually would have took those chances. You have to make sure that those forms are actually in real life, not necessarily just like a what could have been, if that makes sense.
No one wants that, bro.
Like, like, so that, I have one form that I could have been that form, honestly. And I know that that's one regret that I'm going to live with for the rest of my life, but I'm also trying to like limit that as much as possible,
What's that?
Oh my God. I don't know if I can share that.
Oh, I mean, you brought it up.
Yeah, but
you're going to bring it up.
Well, I was not to necessarily get into it, but I would say that
I was gonna say hooping. It's not hooping.
Yeah,
that's what it is?
Yeah, it is.
It is. You just say hooping?
It's
still traumatic.
It's not necessarily just traumatic. It's just like
join the G League, bro. Join.
Bro,
like
I'm way too old for that shit.
Join the Big Three.
I could actually do that, honestly. I mean, yeah. If there was one thing, I mean, I definitely played semi-pro. I definitely played college ball. I could have played overseas, but I couldn't at that time. Maybe if I would have maybe like applied myself, I maybe could have been going to the NBA.
You still play ball?
From time to time. I mean, ever since I got into like better shape, I have been.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, you know. So,
playing with the boxer baddies.
Well, hey, what I'm saying? Some of the girls can actually ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, let me post you.
Yeah, up. No, facts.
Post you up, baby.
But what I'm saying is that I think with you, with all the tools and all the education that you have to really, really teach your clients and also like with your audience, you're making sure that nobody has any type of regrets as far as like within their passions and also like their line of work. And I think one of the things that you are providing an ultimate value for is also like, the audience growth challenge.
Yeah.
And I think, I really want to talk about that, man, because that's legendary in my personal opinion. Like within 5 days, you're going to be giving away like,
it's going to be like, it's like 12 plus hours.
It's a lot of value, honestly, and, yeah, I just wanted to, to talk about that real quick as far as like what that looks like. We're going to get people to sign up and also buy, the courses as well too. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why we're sitting here, honestly. You know what I mean?
So the Audience Growth Challenge is basically 5 days of education where, you could learn how to, master your message, master your marketing, you know what I mean? Master getting in front of people. And as a result, be able to actually grow your audience. A lot of the things that people don't understand is you're really not, and I talked about this over the weekend at the Miami event where I have a power talk, you're really not that far away from your dreams. So if you establish what your dreams are and you put like a monetary number to it, let's say it was, I mean, I know this number by heart, but let's say it was $1 million, right? Let's say someone's trying to make $1 million, right? So the goal is $1 million. And let's say you have a $2,500 product. Well, if you divide it by 2,500, that means you need to make 400 sales, right? So the equation is I need to solve for 400. How do I solve for 400? Well, if we're thinking about the average audience, so if you have a 4,000 person audience, and if you have a 10% conversion rate, that's 400. So now your goal should just be get your offer in front of 4,000 people, not selling 400 people. Because if you get this in front of 4,000 people and you give them a way to get into your ecosystem, all you have to do is do a 10% close.
That's it.
With a $2,500 product.
Yeah.
So you're not selling to 400 people. You're solving for 400 by just finding multiple audiences, because I just need 4,000 people to know what I have going on. So if you have 4,000 people know what you got going on, and you actually have a back-end system to support, you're going to hit the number, bro. It's just math. We just did the math.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's just numbers game.
Right? So $2,500 offer, 400 people is an M. If you got a $400 product, you need to make 2,500 sales. So now you're solving for 2,500, which means you need to be in front of 25,000 people, but consistently.
Yeah.
So that could be weekly, monthly, and there's multiple ways for you to get in front of people.
Yeah.
You be in front of them through a pod, as a guest or as a host. You be in front of them on YouTube, obviously short form content. I think one of the most fastest conversion ways is getting into communities, because if you get into a private community, they're already warm. They rich for the info. All you need to do is tap dance, show your information, say, hey, listen, you guys want to learn more from me? Jump in here. So you're solving for that equation, not necessarily looking to sell that amount of people. At the end of the day, you're going to have to make the sale, but I think it's just a switch in your mindset of how you're looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think once you have what the goal is, your mechanism to get there, you're just solving that equation. You're going to hit it. It's just a matter of time. You just have to keep doing it.
It's not necessarily about selling, but it's also about just solving people's problems.
Yeah, it's just going back to the CVS and the product. Bro, if someone got a headache right now, what they're gonna buy some Excedrin.
They're gonna be going
or some Advil
or some Bear or whatever the hell. Yeah, no facts.
You know, and guess what? They're gonna buy the one that they connect to, which is their brand. But Bear, the CVS brand, Advil, Tylenol, they all technically do the same thing, right? But I'm gonna buy into the brand that I know, like, trust more, or that I feel connection with, and that goes with the promotion.
Yeah.
So if Bear has more promo than Advil, more likely we're gonna want Bear if we got a headache.
Yeah. No.
But if CVS go crazy and they start doing marketing, then people are gonna be buying the CVS brand.
Yeah. No,
that's
definitely
all it is.
No, facts. I want to get into the actual challenge, as far as like just a little bit about like the 5 days, and like as far as like just a little bit of taste as far as like what's gonna be happening. You know what I'm saying? So we can definitely get into that.
Yeah, for sure. So I got a guest with me, David Power Talk. We did like 4 events this year. So I feel like mastering your message is really just like your voice and knowing what you're gonna say. Know what you're gonna say. Because when most people ask you what you do, people will be rambling for like 35 minutes. Yo, bro, so yeah, good to meet you. What do you do? Yeah, so, you know, I got this going on. I kind of help people with this. And you know,
you already lost them.
Exactly. If you could say, hey, listen, what I do is I help high net worth entrepreneurs that are traveling to Miami get the best of luxury experiences when it comes down what they decide to choose to do with their day. I'm like, oh, what's that? Right? It's more clean, it's more concise. So mastering your message is important. Once your message is mastered, then we talk about how to master the monetization of your message. So what does that look like? Do you have products? Do you have services? What is your menu of offering? Cool. Once you master your monetization, then we talk about, right? Mastering the marketing of that mastering marketing of that message that you're going to monetize.
Before you even continue, I think one of the best things before you continue with the days is to really hone in on like how easy it is actually to make digital products. Like
So
all the different episodes that you have, that can be it right there. 100%. So if you can kind of go into that, because that's actually very, very important.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of ways. I think one of the fastest ways. Let's say you don't have a podcast right now, but you do got something to say. There's two ways you can do it. You can literally go to ChatGPT with a special prompt. And you can say, write me a book about XYZ, 300, 400 words, XYZ chapters. I need an intro, I need a conclusion. Make it smart, witty, fun. Have a call to action after the end of every chapter. And they'll make it. It might be like 5 minutes. Book done. You just need to go get a cover done, you know? Or if you're a podcast and you have existing episodes, what I would do is like, which one of the episodes was your favorite? Maybe it was episode 8 or 9. Go get the transcript. Take that transcript to a site called Audio Type. Upload it. It will, take the MP3 file to Audio Type.
Okay.
Upload that. It will create a transcript.
Oh, wow.
And then you'll find the areas in which on the podcast the gems were dropped, the game was given. And then take that and then give it to someone on Fiverr, copywriter, formatter, and then have them put together an ebook. You could do that. Or if you're a walker, right? If you're doing that daily walk or whatever the case may be, or you got some time, you like to meditate or just have time to yourself, get an app called Otter and then just speak your book in the app. It'll create a transcript right there. So there's a lot of different ways for you to do it, but the fastest way, definitely ChatGPT prompts.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. I appreciate that, man. So, all right, so we got that, and then what other dates? So you got, we talked about the second day?
Yeah, December 9th and 13th. So we talked about the message, the monetization, the marketing. Now we're going to master I like mastering the funding aspect. Okay. So the mastering the funding aspect is basically teaching you how you can get funded for your offer or for your business. And you're going to use that money to grow your business, and that's big because a lot of us are using our own money. And if you use your own money, there's nothing wrong with that. But why would you not want to grow your money, your business with other people's money? The whole country was made on other people's money.
So quick question, as you continue, do you suggest making, like, as far as like your podcast or whatever you have, do you suggest like making your own LLC for that?
Yeah, that's part of the media business.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So like, for instance, I have Convos with Bishop. Yep. So should I have Convos with Bishop LLC?
I would do Convos with Bishop Media Company.
Okay.
Or Convos with Bishop Media.
Okay. Yeah. And then when it comes to actually like, naming your business, is that, as far as getting funding, is that very, very important on how you name it? And
there's just certain things you want to avoid. Like you don't want to have a credit LLC. You don't want to have like a trucking LLC. There's just certain keywords where, the bank is either not going to max fund you or they may just not fund you at all.
Okay.
Because those businesses deemed as risky businesses.
I got you.
So if you go with media, consulting.
Consulting probably be like the safest thing.
100%. Yeah. Like you'll be good.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then we have the fourth day, right?
Yeah. So no, we got 4 so far.
Okay, 4. Okay. All right. Next day.
And then I got Power Talk to come through, and then he's gonna be talking about your message from stages. And there's virtual. There's many stages from live, virtual, community, having the confidence to present your message, which I think is extremely valuable and extremely important. It's crazy that, like, think about the highest position in the country, which is the presidency. What do they be doing? Speaking. Speeches. Addressing the people. What do Tony Robbins speak? Les Brown speak. Yeah. Even Greg Cardone. So a lot of these people are getting a lot of money to speak. Imagine you sharing your ideas. You put together a whole framework, a whole strategy. Maybe you're motivating. Maybe you're inspiring. Maybe you're teaching. And someone wants to give you a 5-figure, 6-figure, even 7-figure bag. Or if you're just starting up, maybe it's a 4-figure bag from using your voice. So he's gonna be touching on that. So I mean, that's what I do as well. So as a podcaster or entrepreneur, I speak on pods. I host a pod. I speak on stages. I speak on virtual workshops, virtual challenges.
This man speaks everywhere.
We speak. I speak to girls.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? We speak.
Yeah.
So you can really like make a lot of money if you realize how valuable you are, like your gifts just from speaking is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can master something or really solve a problem, like all these schools, they need people to come in and give game.
Yeah.
Businesses, Fortune 100, 500 companies need people to come in and boost that morale. The military need people to come in. You know what I mean? So your voice is really powerful, and you can be monetized from like just being yourself, learn something, and just help people with that.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
So I would recommend, Audience Growth Challenge, link below. You don't necessarily have to have a podcast, but content creator, you want to speak, you want to learn to leverage online and offline. It's a great place for you to come and learn. And we're gonna be giving away a couple of cool things for people that join the VIP or the platinum package. We got. I don't bring them with me today, but we're gonna be raffling off a pair of Meta Ray-Bans.
Okay.
Which I think is probably one of the most underrated pieces of tech.
I definitely need to count mine.
You know what I'm saying? 2024 and 2025.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be giving away a couple of those as well. But bro, I love learning, man. Like Jim Rome will tell you, a lot of these high level just entrepreneurs will tell you a lot of the cheat codes is like reading.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Patrick David dropped a video recently. He was talking about, Trump just won. Where are you going to be at in the next 4 years? He's like, right now, the winners belong to the ones that are planning. What are you going to do for your family? What are you doing for you? What are you doing? Where you want to be next year? And he was like, 90% of people are going to be in the exact same place in 4 years. So if you just do a little bit and you plan and you take it seriously, you're going to be in that 10% of people.
No matter who you wanted to vote for, if that person didn't win or whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, look, we have that person as president.
Yep.
What the hell we're going to do right now to be able to push ourselves further?
100%. Yeah. And if you plan, you're going to be straight.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Facts. Nah, definitely, man. So I got one more thing I actually want to go over, if that's okay. I have a question for you.
Let's get it.
And then after that, then we're gonna wrap up.
Somebody told me he's gonna make me cry. I don't feel no tears in here.
That's gonna be the next podcast. So okay. So I believe one of the things that I kind of struggle with, and maybe others struggle with when it comes to podcasting, content creation, whatever it is learning the difference in the art between the money side versus the collaboration side.
Okay, give me an example. When you say
so I'll give you an example. So if you don't know necessarily me from a hole in the wall, right? Obviously we boys, we work together. We've done business together.
Hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall, right?
Hole in the wall, yeah.
I come to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Brandon, I want to do X, Y, Z for a project. I want to work with you, right? What do I do and what the steps do I need to do to see if you should charge me for whatever it is versus like, you know what? I think this is probably going to be better off as a collaboration, because I think a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of content creators, podcasters, they do get taken advantage of because they're ignorant towards what they should charge and what they should not charge, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think a lot of people may default on the collaboration because they're afraid to charge. Mm-hmm. But you have to look at the money and charging differently.
Okay.
Me charging does more for them than it does for me.
Say that again?
If I charge you, it's going to do more for you than it does for me.
Okay.
Me getting your money is not even the biggest part of me charging.
Okay.
Charging and you paying changes your mindset because it creates belief.
If I charge you
$5K for something,
yes,
and you never pay $5K for something, but you want to learn what I'm charging you $5K for, it's going to make you believe that you eventually can charge $5K once you learn this thing. But if I give it to you for free, you're going to keep doing the exact same thing you've been doing, and you're not even going to value the information I'm going to give you. That's why you charge. If I'm paying $55,000 for a mentorship, another $55,000, a $15K, another $15K, a $10K, a $10K, 12, 5, 1, whatever, to learn this stuff, and then I'm distilling it, and then creating my frameworks and creating my systems, enriching my life, and pouring into my people, and then somebody wants to come over and just get it for free, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
You ain't make the investment.
No, I see what you're saying.
You don't even believe in yourself to make the investment in you. You're not paying me. You're investing in you.
So sometimes the collaborations is not necessarily worth it.
Collaborations make sense when both people are of value, or if I at least know what you're bringing to collaborate.
Got it.
Bro, I tried to collaborate with some people on a challenge. I felt like I was doing everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like I was even talking to myself on the messages.
Yeah. Okay.
So if the goal is to have a 6-figure day and I'm bringing this opportunity to people to collaborate, and they don't see the mission, then that's not a collaboration that makes sense.
I see.
I want to collaborate with somebody that got motion, I got motion, or they got motion, whatever the case may be, right? They see the same vision I see, and we both going the same way. Because in that exact same equation that I gave you, we said we're trying to solve for, what we say, 4,000 to get 400. Well, if you're solving for 2,000 and I'm solving for 2,000, you're going to get there faster.
Yeah, okay. I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I'm going to solve with the person that is also going to do the work. Now, this is another thing. A lot of entrepreneurs that are making money that feel like, oh, I got the bag now, whatever, you should just give it to me. It's like, bro, I'm still going to pay him $500 when I collaborate with him. I'm still going to pay Dion when I collaborate with him. I'm still going to pay Neo when I collaborate with him. I'm still going to pay Dan Martell when I collaborate with them. Me making an investment is me making an investment in me. It ain't me paying them, right? I want to learn how to take the speaking version of my business to the next level.
I see.
I'm going to make that investment in me.
Yeah.
For me making an investment in me, it comes in the form of a payment that goes to that said vendor.
Yeah.
But I'm making an investment in me. If I want to get a car, I'm investing in me to get that car.
Yeah.
But if you use that same scenario, people are like, yeah, I'm just going to buy a car. But you're willing to buy the car, but not pay for the information that's going to take you to that next level.
You talking now. You talking now.
Come on, make it make sense, bro.
Like, yeah. Man, and I think just to wrap up too, I've had a couple people.
There's nothing wrong with collaboration.
No, I love collaborating.
I'm just
I got you.
Painting a picture.
Yeah.
That sometimes the collaboration can be a cheat code for them trying to steal, or they want you to do the most work.
Yeah, but I think people just need to just get the emotions out of like the whole attachment to the money part and understanding that once you actually invest as far as maybe that coach or maybe that mentor, you're going to be like, you know what I'm saying, like going further in your life, if that makes sense.
You can invest in something. They can give you a blueprint of how you're going to make the money back, and people still going to complain, bro.
Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. I had one person, right? You know he hit me up, right? He's from like South Africa. He DM'd me. He sent me this. He has a concierge company. He sent me this whole entire thing about how like, oh, I love what you do. I love this. I want to be able to learn from you, you know, how to connect to the 1%, blah, 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 right? And then I send him the form as far as like for me to mentor him. And then there's a thing that says, how much are you willing to invest into this mentorship? It's like 25 to 5,000, 5,000, 10,000, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
He comes back to me and he says that he can't afford it. So I'm like, if I can't afford a mentorship and I know I need this information, and I see this person that's actually very successful in the line of work that I want to do, why the hell am I going to waste this time? Like, was he trying to like for real? Yeah. Was he trying to like see if like, nah, bro, I got you.
He was trying to steal.
Nah, there's no way. There's no way. You gotta have skin in the game, right? That's what I learned.
Because people want things for free, but it's really they're stealing. Because you can learn for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Why you trying to take my stuff?
Yeah, like I'm sorry, like I'll give you
why you want to take my branding and my packaging and my you know my system.
We always charge for the implementation, but you can't get the value and the implementation for free.
No, you can't.
You can't get both,
bro. It's like you going to it's like you going in Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
and you walking out with something.
It's just no way.
That's not happening, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
and people have no problem paying Louis Vuitton to 5 to 6 figures. You know,
so I got another question for you. Do you think him being able to come at me that way, is that more of a reflection on him?
Of course.
Or me?
No, him.
Okay, him for sure. Okay, good.
You always gonna have people like that.
Okay. Because I'm like, damn, all right. Like, am I? am I not valuable enough that people don't want to pay for my stuff?
No, you gotta know that's part of the game.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
That's
got it.
if we're solving for 400 and we need 4,000.
Yeah.
That's that 3,600 people that didn't take it.
I got you.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to getting that value and what you're gonna have to get when it comes to, you have to pay to play, because there's gonna be ultimate value and there's ultimate resources, ultimate sauce when it comes to the audience. I can't even say that.
Audience Growth Challenge.
Thank you very much. The Audience Growth Challenge, December 9th to the 13th, right?
Yeah, December 9th to the 13th. Audience Challenge. Audience Growth Challenge, rather. AudienceGrowthChallenge.com. Link will be below. Tap in,
Yeah, man.
If you grab that platinum ticket, it's probably the best deal because you get to bring someone.
Yeah, no, it's a twofer.
Yeah, it's a 2 for $497.
Yeah.
You get to bring somebody and you get to get in a raffle. Both of y'all are not going to win this thing. One of y'all going to win.
One of y'all going to win.
But you still get to bring somebody. And I think being able to bring somebody, have an accountability partner, someone that can be a writer, someone that can run with, I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Mr. Brenton Boyd, I appreciate your time. This was dope. Definitely gotta do more pods again. I got you, man. I'm learning from you. Okay,
Yep.
I'm getting out of my shell.
Yep.
I'm definitely.
Yo, it's crazy. How are you in the show? You like 7 feet tall. What show you in? The imaginary one?
Where can we find you, sir?
You know what I'm saying? It's Brenton Boyd at It's Brenton Boyd, all platforms. At It's Brenton Boyd on all platforms. I do have a free gift for them.
Let's do it.
So I got a free course, teach you how to utilize pod closing, and there's also a free 30-day mindset thing in there. 100kpodcastprogram.com, 100kpodcastprogram.com. However, if you right there want to learn how to grow your audience, monetize it, well, you know what? Maybe you just want to make money for not having to do nothing. AudienceGrowthChallenge.com. You can actually sign up to be an affiliate after you grab a ticket, and you can get a couple people in there and make money.
Make money. Yep.
I'm doing that.
You don't even
you literally don't even have to come.
No, yeah.
At all.
Definitely. I already sold a few tickets for the challenge. It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So listen, AudienceGrowthChallenge.com. It's Brenton Boyd. Cannot wait to see you guys in the challenge. Let's get it. Let's go.
Appreciate your time, man, as always.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
Only the best.
Only the best.
Boom.